Well, hello guys, welcome back. So some bonus material for you guys. Notice the change behind us. Yes, I could not stand not seeing my poster. I was like, I need my poster back. I'm sorry Memphis is no longer with us. Marie Kondo, I went way too far, but I have a habit of taking stuff way too far, as you guys know. Addictive personality, gotta be careful with that. And Loki had asked me yesterday if I would do something, but I wasn't quite ready. I wasn't quite ready, but we're going to do Easter week. Yes, this is a pagan channel, but it used to be one of the things I liked about growing up in the church I did, and I know all churches are different. Yes, this is a pagan channel, was that it was Easter week. We had a priest come in one day and was like, okay, this is Easter week. Starting Sunday to Sunday, go nuts. Go nuts. He is risen. He is out of the tomb. You all got clean slate. Go nuts, people. Go eat those cheeseburgers. Go do those things. And he was totally serious, which is why he got, bounced out to another church. He's like, go do the things. Go live life. Jesus made the sacrifice so you would have a clean slate. Your slate is clean. Yours is white snow. Go out there and eat a cheeseburger. Go have fun. Go eat the Easter basket. Go hug the Easter bunny. And he was dead serious. I think there's a little pagan in that priest, is actually what there was. And that is, by the way, not some kind of weird alt-right gang sign. God damn it, they can't take everything from us. We can't let the alt-right take everything. We have to get back, that's a separate video, but we have to get back to the point where we can wear a Thor's hammer, write in runes, and give each other the okay sign without thinking, what did they mean by that? I bet they're racist. That's a different video. But, I want to make it abundantly clear that if you peace out after this video, that Odin is not evil. He's not bad. He's not destructive. We all call to a very different part of our gods. We do. We see it over and over and over again. And that can create friction in communities. Because, for example, a lot of us came from a church background. Why do some people dance and do backflips and go crazy in church and they are filled with the Holy Spirit, and some of us are there like, and we're so thankful for everything you've given us, and we don't even mean it, and we don't obviously do not have that great a relationship with the good Lord. So it's like, why does this happen? We don't know. It could just be nobody handed you the right key. No one handed you the right way to approach the gods or something. My favorite pastor of all time is the naked pastor, as one quote cat. Really doesn't consider himself, I think, a pastor anymore, but basically he's doing what I kind of want to do for the pagan heathen community. He's sticking just close enough to the church to drive them fucking crazy. I even started a board for him today because I'm like, I've loved this cat for years. He is, he's not doing what, and I actually took the blasphemy board down. He's not doing what atheists do. Atheists take everything the church has done bad and all the bad shit in the Bible, and they wave it in your face and they rub their face in it. He's going, here's what you're doing. And it's the church. It's not people, but it's a church. But the church teaches people to be like that. And this poor guy, he gets death threats. He gets, threatened to have his head chopped off and everything else. I'm like, you people need to learn to calm the fuck down. And you speak about other, religions being radical. But this is this guy's experience. And, he was talking about, losing his faith. And he still believes in God. He just doesn't believe in the God of the church. And he said it was like watching an iceberg melt. And he could tell everyone around him could see it happening. And they didn't do a damn thing. And I'm like, welcome to Catholicism. And I'm like, my experience exactly. I never believed in sin. No one ever sat me down and said, well, they would try to explain it. And I'd be like, that still don't make sense. Well, see, God put two people in a garden and they ate a piece of fruit they weren't supposed to. And we're all suffering because two people were like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to eat fruit. I worked in a grocery store. People do that every day. Do you know how damned we'd be if every time somebody stole some free sample from a grocery store? Damn, there'd be the Walking Dead would be outside already. So I can preach it, sister. So the thing is, Odin is stepping back for a bit. He's stepping back for a bit. He's not leaving. He's not going away, for those of you that joined for Odin. But we hit such a point. We hit such a point. His teaching style, again, he's not evil. I know I get off track. He's not evil. He's not bad. His teaching style with me, even though we've tried mightily many times, and he can be Oski, the joyous, happy Odin with me for 30 seconds. His teaching style is continuously push, and Loki's been like, you're gonna fucking break her, and then I'm not gonna be able to put her back together. I'm good, but I'm not that good. Fuck off. And his brother kind of looked at him like, yeah, I see what you mean. She's starting to splinter. And I almost had a panic attack last night, and I almost had one today. And Loki's like, you need to fuck off for a while. I know you love her, and she knows you're trying to help, but you have a very bad teaching style with her. So Odin has backed off. And Loki had asked me if we do Easter week. So let me get back to the first part of the video. And, so we put up all the jelly bean colored, balloons. They're all over this room. It's magnificent and it's crazy. And we have jelly beans we haven't opened. We have his peeps. And he asked me if we can do peep jousting, maybe. And peep s'mores. And, we got a whole bag of peeps on Walmart online. You're super interested, right? The kind for Easter egg hunts, because they won't sell you the box kind online. You have to buy them by the bag. They come by the bag now, so yeah. And let me get some coffee here. And someone mentioned, Loki and I have that kind of yin-yang relationship where he flows into me, shut up Loki, and I flow into him. And we generally move forward, flowing around each other, and he can encourage me to play and to decorate, to have fun, and to rebel. And I can drag him to play if he seems like he's getting too serious. God damn it, Loki. He's like, you walked right into the channel title. Ha 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 ha. And we can bring each other up. And he is the god that's very open. If I thought for 1 second the flying spaghetti monster was actually real and the atheist had found a forgotten god, the more the merrier. Loki wouldn't care. And honestly, if enough people thought he was real, there you go. There's interesting debates as whether or not Sherlock Holmes is real, because there's a belief that if enough people truly believe that Sherlock Holmes is real somewhere, he is real somewhere. Now, let's not, go too far, but that's an interesting thing to look at. I say let's not go too far because a new trailer for Loki came out. And I looked at it like, sweet 7 pound, 10 ounce baby Jesus, here we go again. Because, one of the perennial favorite things is that Tom Hiddleston is actually Loki come to Earth. And I'm like, no, he's not. He doesn't say fuck enough. So I go, yes, back here. And it's another reason we like the Naked Pastor. He says fuck every so often. I'm like, that's my voice. We are just rejoicing, and everyone is invited back in, and everyone has come in. Now, Odin is not outcast. Odin is not verboten or something. He may come in. The Norse gods may come in. But, whatever it is between us, he and I can't get into this joy, springy, hop all around, be goofy as hell, kind of thing that I get in with Loki. But Loki and I can't sit down and read a boring text for 4 hours, and Odin's there. Odin's like, yes, we're gonna do something boring. I got flipped off. I got, fuck you, I'm interesting. Everybody likes me. But, we can talk to each other like that because we love each other. I told Loki something terribly insulting today. I thought, something fuck something something, and we just looked at each other, and usually you would say that to a god, you being deep shit, and we just both laughed because he knew I meant nothing by it. He said something rude to me and I said something rude right back, and we just looked at each other and laughed. But we are happy little foxes. We redecorated and we threw off Odin's tyranny. Odin's not a tyrant. Odin's not a tyrant. It's just, you're gonna have gods at some point you're not gonna be able to work with. There are people that can't work with Loki. If you put them and Loki in a room, something would catch on fire. And I don't mean either that the person would do it. It would just be, they cannot work with him. Loki's a really good god to work with, but you're not the boss. You're not going to be the boss. Sometimes you start talking to him like he's a little kid because he can act like he's two, but it would be the biggest mistake in the world to think you could put Loki somewhere and contain him. You can't. That's why he and I get along. We're both like, fuck this noise. You say you're going to put us somewhere and make us listen? No, you're not. We're going to go running out the door and go do everything. I blew Pinterest's fucking mind because before I erased the blasphemy board, I had a blasphemy board and a Jesus board running at the same time. And Pinterest is like, holy shit, she's finally lost her shit. Now what do we do? What do you recommend to crazy people? So, seriously, I said to Loki, I said, oh, they think I had a mental break. Look, it was like all kittens and rainbows and puppies and shit. I'm like, Pinterest thinks I fucking lost it. So we've been having fun. And we just hope you guys are having a good one. And you have to realize at the end of the day, you have to do what makes you happy. You know, and has been binging on Naked Pastor videos because he has a YouTube channel. He says, most people do not set out to be bad guys. Very few people set out to be deliberately evil. So even these horrible people that are calling him or giving him messages and saying they're going to cut his head off or something, they think they're being good people. Just had a balloon fall down. They think they're being good people. They think they're doing the Lord's work, and that's the scary part. That's why he wants to kind of stay around where he is, even though he's putting himself in danger, and poke at stuff and say, no, this is wrong. You've been taught the wrong thing. You shouldn't hate people. And I remember seeing some stuff pop up on Pinterest, and I'm glad he said it. People are stealing his work and making it homophobic. This is like the last guy that would be homophobic. They are stealing his work and making it homophobic. And I saw some of it on Pinterest one time. I was like, well, there you go. Allies are full of shit. And it wasn't him that did it. So, as a gay person, I'm very sensitive about that shit. And that's the kind of ally that I admire. I'm not saying everybody has to put their life on the line, but he's getting fucking death threats. And I'm like, more props to you, man. And he's not just doing it for gay people. He's doing it for people of color. He's doing it for black people. He did a Black Lives Matter Jesus I put up on the board, and I'm like, yes. And, he got shit for that. He did it for, First Nations people, and he's done it for everything else. And he gets threats. And I'm like, he has found where he belongs because he just had this insight that, to him, we're all one. And whatever name you put on God, to him, it's all the same God. And I'm like, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Half the writers that I'm halfway sane on, the old man will say they're all the same God anyhow, and they just choose to interact with Odin. I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. I could then sit there and pick up the theology a little bit because I do that for fun. But and I'm like, that's cool. I'm fine. Some days I wake up and they're all distinct gods, and some days I wake up and I'm like, I don't know what's going on at all. So I don't know. But it's been really cool for looking because that balloon fell down. So now I'm distracted like a kitten. But we've been having fun. And, we might start doing not too much different on the channel. We've been trying to be pretty good. But I noticed I was getting distracted as I was doing that self-help stuff. So I said to Loki, I said, you know what? I'm putting it in your hands, putting it in the hands of the gods, whatever. I said, I do one more of these tapes, I'm going to lose my mind. And he said, yeah, I could tell. So, guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.